I want to give you a glimpse into who I am and how I got to this process right here. I am Leann, and I was born and raised in Phoenix, Arizona, so I'm a native here. I've also owned my own construction company for 26 years, residential and commercial, a very tough industry. I went to an organization the other day with Women I Should Know. There was a lady there, and she's branding herself as the laughter lady. And I told her that I needed to hire her because I've spent the last 26 years trying to be extremely serious in front of a whole bunch of men. So it's very refreshing to finally be able to maybe be back to who I really am, which is a very warm, I'm all about the family, I'm all about the heart. My whole aspirations in my life were just to have a family, be married, raise my children. I've been married 30 years. I met my husband when I was 15, and we've been together 35 years. We knew that the one thing that we really wanted that family unit more than we wanted anything else in life. And so we built our business around our family. And we owned and operated our construction company. We ran it out of our home so that we could be there to raise our children. And it fed us. It fed us in more than one ways. It fed us spiritually, emotionally, and financially. And it was a great ride. In fact, my kids, I have 4 kids and 3 grandchildren. My oldest child, I have 2 boys in the military, 29, 27, 24, and then my youngest son is 14. One of my sons is Air Force Honor Guard, stationed in Washington, D.C., very proud of him. And another son is in the Army, stationed on a logistical support vehicle. He just got back from Haiti. He was there for humanitarian reasons. My daughter is in the middle of nursing school, and she's married, and she's the fertile one in the family. She has 3 children. So that's how I have my grandchildren. Currently, I have 9 people living in my house right now. My mother lives with me, my daughter, her husband, my 3 grandchildren, my youngest son, I should say 8 people because my husband just left town June 24th to take a job in Foley, Alabama. So my partner of 35 years just left town because of the economy. And that is actually what led me to this journey. I have never had political aspirations. I really was content running my company. I loved it. I loved touching the hearts. I loved being in people's houses, helping them. I was a servant for them. I blended the needs of my builders with the needs of my homeowners, with the needs of the suppliers. And I did a very good job of that. That is what I've spent my life doing. But I watched my world unravel financially, everything that I'd spent my life building. And I flew to Washington, D.C. a year ago last March because I wanted my voice to be heard in Washington, D.C. I wanted my representatives, my senators to know what their decisions, the impact it was having on my life, my family, and my business. And I made appointments with them. And even though I flew across the country and they knew I was coming, I only got to see interns. And that left me very, very frustrated. I went ahead and made appointments with Small Business Administration while I was there, spent time there. Came back here, spent more time trying to see John Shattuck. I went to the Capitol. I wrote letters to the President of Bank of America, Wells Fargo, American Express, Glenn Beck, Bill O'Reilly, anybody that would listen to me. I wanted my voice to be heard. I wanted the small business voice to be heard in Washington, D.C. I wasn't heard. And so when I heard that John Shattuck wasn't running, I made a flip decision. Why not me? If my voice isn't heard in Washington, then I will be the voice for other people who are like me, who just want a portal to be heard in Washington. We want our needs heard. We want real representation back in Washington, D.C. This position, House of Representatives, was originally designed for volunteer farmers to go to Washington to represent their communities, to be in touch with their communities. I am that farmer. I'm a mother of this city, I'm a grandmother, I'm a business owner, and I'm a strong woman. I am a leader. Not only do I have all these experiences, but I have the ability to lead people and take our voices back to Washington. I have an interesting campaign. There are 2 things that I'm doing. I am a Republican Christian. My campaign manager is a Jewish Democrat. And you know, when I asked him to be my campaign manager, I never asked whether he was a Republican or a Democrat. All I cared about was the quality of his character. I knew that he was the person that could help me take my message to Washington, D.C. I knew he had the character that was important. And so it makes for a great story because we don't always agree on everything. We have some different processes, but ultimately I knew that he loved his country like I do. And he wants the best for his children and his grandchildren like I do, just like we all do. And we are able to then bounce ideas and processes off each other and learn from each other, and it's a very powerful message. The other thing that I'm doing is that I knew that if what I heard is that everybody said here, not here specifically, but in general, that we're not happy with the result in Washington, D.C. We're not happy with what's going on there. Well, if we're not happy with the result, then we have to change the process. And so when I began the process of running for office, everybody said, this is how you do it. This is the box of campaigning, and your message is great, Leann, and now you need to go out and raise $250,000. Well, I knew that my friends and the people that I've associated with in business were as broke as I was. And if I had turned around and told them that I wanted them to help fund my campaign, they would have laughed me out the door and said, you are out of touch with reality just like all the rest of the politicians. And so I chose to not fundraise. Because what everybody has said to me is, your message is good, but how do we know you're not going to change when you get to Washington, D.C.? Well, you're going to know because I'm going to show you here that I can do something that everybody says cannot be done. I'm going to show you that I'm tough enough and have the guts to step outside the box and do something that has never been done, that's about you and not about the money. It makes it extremely difficult, but it also empowers you because it gives you a chance to get involved and be heard in Washington, D.C. So if I get elected, it means you put me there, not small interest groups, not wealthy people, but you, your voice. There are 10 candidates running for this seat, some of them with daunting amounts of money and huge name recognition. Nobody with the passion that I have for this position, nobody with the stories, nobody with the ability to connect with vast amounts of people. I can reach people and I can lead people. I have a website. It's leannhullforcongress.com. I will love to hand out my cards to you. I have hired Rebuild Your Social Media. This is the year of the woman. We've been hearing it everywhere. Put another woman in office. I will serve you. That is my heart. I will be filled with integrity. I have a history to stand on it. My business stands on it. My family does. My tremendous negotiating skills, having been married all these years. If you want to help support me in this endeavor, I'm not asking for your money. I'm asking for your connections, your Facebook connections, put me in front of people. Any organization that I can talk to, we have 5 weeks. August 24th is the date. I need your help. I am Leann Hull, running for Congressional District 3.